Alright, welcome to part 2 of my Doom playthrough. Um, it's been a lot of fun actually going back and playing a bit of Doom again on PC. As you may or may not know, this is the first playthrough, not the first time I've played it on PC, but my first playthrough video that I've done. The ones I've done previously have all been on console. So actually going back and doing this has been quite a nice experience. It would have been even nicer had I not cocked up part of my playthrough previously, but well, we can't have everything, can we? Uh-huh. Do you know what? I always thought that block disappeared too, but clearly not. Oh, you scum. You know, I can actually hear outside at the moment, and I hope you guys can. There's another twat with a power tool outside. For years, it has been just endless around here. It would have been better if somebody had dropped a fucking bomb on this place and rebuilt it. It's just constant work being done on the houses around here. And I think to myself, it would have been easy just to have levelled the whole fucking place and rebuilt it. It's like one job finishes, and you're like, oh great, and then literally the next day, a truck will pull up, and it's somebody else having, the entirety of their bloody house rebuilt. It has. And then when it's not them, it's the gardeners. Well, come and do your garden for you. We'll charge you 50 quid and be here for 5 minutes while we mow your lawn. I tell you what, that was a job I should have done. Got into landscape gardening. Charge £100 an hour for cutting somebody's grass. Die, scum. Oh. I'm going to tell you now, during this sort of playthrough, there are going to be moments where my brain disappears and I forget what the hell I'm doing. Which, considering how often I've played this bloody thing, that would be a disgrace. This has always been one of my favourite levels in Doom. I love the music, but this is like an example to me of brilliant sort of level design, and yeah, I love this level in Doom. So if I die here now, do something stupid, feel free to mock me. Well, you can do that anyway, but it's always the way. I'll say, this is something I love doing or love playing or whatever, and then sort of proceed to make a complete cock-up of it. Because if I wasn't recording this or wasn't streaming this, that of course would never happen. These things only ever happen when you're trying to draw attention to yourself. A little sneak. I can hear them. There you are. When I go back and do the sort of higher level proper 100% playthrough, which I'll probably get around to in probably 100 years time, that'll be a lot of fun. I think trying to do that. I can hear. Right, they've got to be around here. They've not been here. There they are. And really, that is the thing. The one thing is the Berserk. I just don't like using. I can never do it without ending up getting my head pulled off. Pretty much like what happened there. Better players than me have been able to use the Berserk to good effect as an ammo saving device as much as anything, but I just never have gotten on with it. Not any fault with the game or anything like that, I just haven't been able to do it. The one that was implemented in, like, I think it was Doom 3, I want to say. Then they changed it up for that. That one I got on with quite well. Oh, stop it. Itchy trigger finger. Just follow the ceiling lights to fix that puzzle. Alright. Oh. Let me just think here. Where am I going? What am I doing? What the bloody hell am I doing? That's where I wanted to go. Let's get my chain gun. Before we go any further, because I'll forget. They just clearly were waiting for me to come round the corner there, weren't they? Bugger off. Alright, that's that bit done. Nice. Now we get the plasma gun here. Oh, that's weird. Oh, I must have turned off the automatically changed to the next weapon thing. Oh god, was that even in Doom? I'm sure. Oh no, I bloody hate these things. And here's a... There we go. Now, I can actually do this and save ammo. Not by being shit like that though, but... Oh god, of course this up, and look at the state of my health. For God's sake. This is when I just get mad at myself. How are they still alive? Right. So, I need that health. I'm going to do that. Then that. Without... Oh, bloody... Oh, good, right. It hasn't disappeared. It's hard to remember sometimes whether you have disappearing blocks or not. Yeah, sure there's a... I always... You know when you think maybe it was a different version of Doom, but I always used to think there was a Soul Sphere right there. But there's nothing showing on the map, but you wonder, is it this level? Was it a different version of Doom that was in? Have I suffering from the Mandela effect? It would not be the first time that I'd imagined something. Alright. Take that. And all of those things too. Uh-huh. Yeah, I just want to go over here. Oh no, I don't want to go over there. I want to go over here. I want to check out this stuff. I'm not entirely... convinced that I've done as much as I can here. Well, I'm definitely 10 kills missing. So, and that red door is the exit. Let's have a look around here. Let's have a quick synopsis and pick up any stuff. I know that just goes around to where the exit is, and I haven't got the I'm not wasting health. Even if there is a secret there, I'm not wasting my bloody health. Right. I'm in a... There's you. And you. Take those bullets. How is you down there? Why do I think there's another... There's another room. Is it on this level? I'm having a complete and utter mental crisis here. Is it on this level where there's a... like a room where there's a rocket launcher? There's like 3 columns. Yes. Here it is. There's the 3 columns. See? I'm not completely insane. Except there wasn't no rocket launcher. But there was. Oh yes there is. It's in there. I can see it. Shut up, Screaming Skull. A rocket launcher. See, yeah, that did change to the rocket launcher. So I wonder why when I picked up the plasma rifle, did it not change? Well, there we go. I've killed everything now. So, not that that's the objective of this playthrough. As I said before, that's not what I'm doing here. But I'm happier now. I'm not completely lost. I did remember right. This is the problem with age. You start to get bloody befuddled. Now I'm lost. There we go. Right. Right, this is why I like to have the rocket launcher. So those annoying bastards don't bloody snipe me while I'm trying to take them fellas out. See if I can ever get to grips with this with that. Nah, bugger it. It's fun, but costly. Oh, for God's sake, man, get a right. Oh, he's out now. Son of a bitch. Oh, I've now picked that up and I didn't want to pick it up yet. That's all your fault, you scuzz bucket. I'm gonna have wasted that. I wanted that for. I'm so mad about that. See if I can do this bit quickly. Of course you had to drop your bullet in there, didn't you? Arsehole. Hissing die, you loser. Right. Yeah, I think I've... I might have got away with that. But then again I might not, because I'll probably have to go back and... Oh, come on! Took a bloody barrel to the head. Mm-hmm. Typical ambush. Right, so we've done this bit. I'm happy about that. Let's just do a quick recce. The thing in there, I know that much. Huh? See, I lost health. If I'd had the what's it, I'd have been alright. This is where I wanted to just check. Because I've kind of blasted through here. Right, we did that bit. Got all any shotgun shells as I can carry. Piece of butter, complete bastard. Now I'm gonna have to see if was there any health in here? Don't think there was there? Oh yes there was, there we go. When you get the partial invisibility sphere, that's always a nightmare with things that fire the projectiles at you, like the imps and the cacodemons, because they're a slower moving projectile. When they can see you, they fire directly at you. It's easier to strafe away from them. But when you've got the partial invisibility thing going on, what happens is they kind of go off to one side, and sometimes you can just end up strafing right into it, which is really annoying. Alright, Deimos Lab. Let's do this. I always think, like, what kind of lab is this? But I do miss this type of game design, level design, like, you know, where you can obviously, like, demonic things have taken over because you've got these sort of weird non-tech lantern things, skull lanterns. But then you think like, okay, this is a lab. Obviously, there's stuff going on here, but what kind of door or access thing is this? You know, like, why would that be that kind of thing? But I miss that because, like, one of the things that you get with game design these days is it'll be like, oh, this is a laboratory, so you have to have all of the trappings of what you would expect to find in a sort of modern day but futuristic take on a modern day laboratory. Um, like, well, they would look at it and go, well, why would there be this sort of caustic goo without there being a pathway to cross it? And then that sort of informs the design to have walkways, which then take away these things that were the sort of designed to move the player forward. Because like here you go, okay, these are all banks of computers, and here's a computer station, and but and okay, this is the sort of symbolism of the demonic takeover. But then you'd be like, okay, why does this happen? Why does that middle bit occur? Why would that happen, which could harm someone, kind of thing, in the design? Like, that's the human sort of design, the sort of demonic design, fair enough, but why would this thing there that would crush you, why would that be a thing? And it's like, but because back then the gameplay led the design, so you would go in there to fight something and think you were safe, but then the middle bit raises up and crushes you. So it's a trap thing. It's a trap. Um, but now, what leads the design of the game, of the level design, isn't something necessarily to trap the player, and this is just my take on it, it's not what I'm suggesting how devs work, but it seems to be the objective is to base it around what would be a real world functionality as opposed to something that would be born out of a gameplay functionality first. Why is he taking so many bloody hits? Only got 2 rockets left. And that's what I kind of miss about the older style game development things, because like there's just like things that if you were basing this entirely on reality, like this stuff here, that why would you have that? You know, those sorts of things coming down from the ceiling, that doesn't make sense. But it's just designed. It's a gameplay thing to trap the player. It's a a puzzle almost. Um, and they don't do that as much in sort of modern game design now. I'm not bothering with that Berserk. I can use that to top up my health if I need it. But yeah, you don't really get that in modern game design because they go for like these more hyper realistic environments, and I think that's limiting. I think that's really limiting because you get far more imaginative level design when you're not bound by trying to go for the realism aspect of it. And I would like for them to go back to a bit more like this. Let the devs' imagination run riot a bit. Let's see, more sort of weird stuff like this that, yeah, I'm back in here, what, there he is. Always one. That would let the devs' mind run wild a bit with the level design and what have you. Um, that's not to say I don't appreciate the stuff today. I mean, of course I do, because it looks fantastic. But yeah, just the whole weirdness of this as a lab, you know. But you get these wonderful things, just like, oh, we'll stick this demonic thing here, you know, almost like that stuff has been hidden in, you know, incorporated into the design of the place when it was built, but hidden. And then when the demonic invasion happens, like, you know, you look at it, there's kind of like a screen in front of that, and then that disappears, and that's there because this place was built by sort of the demon worshipping members of the UAC. That's just my own imagination. I don't know. I just like the weird randomness. Um, this is another example, sort of this bit here. It's just, this is entirely to catch you unawares. So you go through and then that comes down, and you can see it's like, it looks like it's stone with like, you think at first that what's great about this sort of thing, when you look at it, it's just lights. So you just think it's like a ceiling thing, but it's no, it's actually like a stone effect on that pillar. And then this like blue fire thing. It's weird, but I like it. And you can see it's like, as you go through the game, the progression into the sort of more um, demonic realm. Now, I have to be careful here. This is another one of them things, again, I don't particularly like doing it this way, but it is a way you can do it. Approaching this section like this is not the best way to do it. It never used to be the way I did it. I always used to go in the other way, which I'll show you in a second. Once I've dispatched all of these merry bastards. And the reason being, if you go the other way, I don't know if they changed it with this version, but those guys used to be stuck in here, in this part. That always makes me think I'm going to get crushed when I go in there. And you could kill them. They couldn't get out. So the way I'm speaking of is, because I want to go because there's other stuff to do up here first. But you're kind of up here because we went past there before, went past there, and we went down there. And the other way is you go in this way first, and then you kill the monster closet occupants there. But I want to come back here because I want to do this bit. Bugger. There's a good thing with Doom as well is what I call like risk and reward. So you'll see something like that armor thing, and then you have to kind of make a decision whether it's worth going for. And that has caught me out on a number of occasions where I've dawdled a bit and then got crushed, which is never fun. So well, I've done that bit now, so I'm just going to go back down here. Yeah, you see, they would how that platform's raised, that would be the other way, and they wouldn't come out, so you could shoot them. But it's just a trade-off, really. And this bit I've never liked, because... Oh, come on! Bloody arsing about. You do lose health, and then it teleports you back, and then you go back, like so, and then you go here. Oh, for God's sake. Quickly go back so you don't suffer the hit, but now you'll notice it's a little platform that takes you to that. Now, wonder what that is. Do you know what? Let's have a look. Oh, right, it just takes you back. It's just another way of getting out. If you, I guess that's if you fall on this side. Um, that'll get you back. Yeah, command center. You wouldn't expect to see a sort of wooden metal door as you way into a command center in a future science base. But that's what I love about it. It's kind of like there's this blend of an ancient sort of demonic realm merging, like these pillars. They don't belong here, but it's kind of like that world is merging into the scientific UAC world. They kept how they did that with the Doom 3 was they sort of had this organic, fleshy organic matter that was started to appear in the base. To be like fissures in the ground, and then this stuff. And I liked it. So some people didn't like Doom 3. I really love that game. I love all of the Doom games, to be honest with you. But I like Doom 3. I think it served a purpose at the time of trying to sort of change up the franchise a little bit, because they couldn't get away with just doing this at the time. The technological leaps forward that they'd made, sort of graphically, they had to do something different, make it look different. But like, for certain of the purists, they hated it because of the fact that it didn't play like Doom, because it was a lot more slower paced. Which I can see, you know, that's a fair criticism, but it was still a great game. And it's not a Doom game, which, from a sheer onslaught of bad guys and stuff, I can see that. But it still is a Doom game. It's the same story, just told from from the perspective of it being, like I say, just slower paced rather than a sort of faster, like, hordes of enemies that you get here. Now, there is a way of finishing this level very quickly, but I'm not going to do that. Although that it does take you to a secret level. And it's here. You go through there. But I'm not going to do that just yet, because there's quite a lot of this level to do, as you can see. But Doom 3 went with a lot more of the sort of hyper-realistic layout for the base. You don't get any of this type of stuff. For example, everything looks like you would expect base to look. Which is cool, but the sort of weirdness factor had gone away. This type of imaginative level design had gone away as a result of that, and that was something that was the part I was a bit like, oh okay, but I'd say it's still a great game. But they lent into the more horror, side of things with Doom 3. Oh, I have to wait for it to open, don't I? There we go. No, don't want to get that just yet, because I want to use that for when I go in there. With regards to the sort of the new, I guess you can call it the Slayer trilogy, as I like to call it, of the Doom games. Yeah, I do like them an awful lot. This is like the new Doom from like the reboot in 2016, all the way through to Doom: The Dark Ages. I haven't played much of the Dark Ages. I will. I'll probably stream that. Not stream it. I'll do get gameplay footage of that, like I'm doing with this. The really weird thing with that one was when I installed it and went to play it, I got a message telling me to check the BIOS version of my PC, because if it was out of date, then playing the game could actually damage my PC. So I was like, Jesus Christ, like, what the hell? Transpired that despite the fact that I did have like auto updates to update the hardware and the firmware on my PC, yeah, my BIOS was out of fuck off, was out of date, that was really annoying, because I always keep my stuff up to date, my drivers and everything, and I was like, how is this out of date? Like, I check frequently. I'm not going through there. I check frequently. How is it out of date? And I had to force an update. So it was a Doom: The Dark Ages probably saved a considerable amount of damage being done to my computer had it not come up with that warning. I mean, it's like, oh, right, well, you know, thanks PC, thanks HP, you know, whoever it is that does the motherboard, thanks for not actually updating your drivers when I said, and then I did update them. He told me I updated them, and I ran a check again, and there was another update. I'm like, bloody hell, fire! Like, how out of date are my fucking drivers on my computer? Right, I think there's, before we go in here, I just want to equip this, because I'm pretty damn sure when I go in here, yeah, they're all dead, you're all dead. No, there's always one. Alright, so There's a secret exit. This is the Fortress of Mystery. Oh, Christ almighty. I don't know why I'm saying that as if I didn't know what was coming. Yeah, there is a better way. Oh, thank you for smacking me in the face there. There is a better way of doing this. Which is to get this mob of arseholes to come out. Come on, turn around. You know you want to beat the shit out of them. Just a great way of saving a bit of ammo. Let them lot kick off. No, you're not supposed to go after me. You're supposed to go after him. No. Calm down now, calm down. Like that. Oh, it was going too well, wasn't it? Right. Had enough. Right, they finally killed him. Do these really not take any damage while engaging that Baron of Hell? All of these survived? That Baron of Hell, you shit. You did a shit job, mate. You're absolutely rubbish. And I'm glad you're dead. Right. Pick up all my bits and bobs. Over there. So... do that. Was we not need the other two? What? Oh, there we go. I thought I'd actually pick that key up. Anyway, that's that done. Halls at Damned. This is where things do start to get a lot more sort of crazy looking. This bit I just never liked. This is just troll. That platform is just, see now, you go up, I'm not going to use it. And oh look, it's all bloody appeared. So you just end up taking damage, and you have to press that. And back here. So that's kind of pick up them. But yeah, this is where you come out of, and I went right, and you can go left. But yeah, it still leads to Troll Country. But I don't actually mind this level. It's just that bit. But the difficulty of the game and the little traps and stuff like that you can end up stuck in, they start to become more prevalent throughout this level. The reworking of the soundtrack, it's still the same music as before. It's just like been redone, but it's the same music, if that makes sense. It's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. Where have you gone? Arsehole. Really? Knew it. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Right. Okay, okay. There are some image enhanced. Jesus fucking Christ, phone. That was my mobile phone. If you heard that, it was the T-Rex roar from Jurassic Park. I don't know why I had that as an alert. It's a thing that one day is going to put me into an induced panic. Right, there we go. Got my glasses on. It makes me stick to the ceiling every time, and I don't know why. Why I've left that alert on. I think it was done purposefully to get my attention, and then so it achieves that alright, but at the same time, there we go. What the hell is that notification for, actually? Okay, let's get on with this. I'm completely out of rhythm with everything. I've just heard a door open. No, look at these merry bunch of arseholes. Okay. Right. You know what? I'm done with this. Being stuck in this area. I've enough of it. Taste that. Do do do. Now the bit I don't like on this level. Cheap son of a bitch. Stop it. Let's open this one. Let's leg it through here in a ballsy kind of way, but I know there's another ceiling trap over there. That's why I did that. There was method to my madness. Just get rid of those bullet sponges. Come on. Done that. This is going to be a trap. Fucking hell. Jesus. Goddamn sons of bitches. Problem with using a rocket launcher, because it's quite an enclosed area, and this thing here in the middle was put there on purpose, not just to activate the trap, but also, like, if you're here and you fire a rocket, you've got a very short distance, clearance distance, which makes for no fun time when a rocket goes off in head. I think, is this one the fake news exit? Yes. Just clear the room out. Pick up all of these little things. I have this sort of thing, like making sure I've got as much health as possible before picking up one of those spheres, because that's always annoys me, that with this level you sort of get the map thing like quite close to the end of the level. I always think, why? Like, what? No, don't go back in there. Like, why? What is the point? Oh look, you know, just so you can see the little bit of the map that you haven't been to already. I never understood that. See, it's like, alright, yeah, you see, those bits there that I haven't been to, you'll see in a second, it's like this there. So it's like the monster closet there. Sort of fighting retreat with these bullet sponge bastards. They could have used the chainsaw, I suppose. Which is... oh, son of a bitch. Which is alright until they outflank you. And then, because the chainsaw, you kind of get stuck attacking. So yeah, like, is that the only bit I can see? I wonder what that is. Let's have a look. It's here, isn't it? Yeah, it's just the chainsaw bit. And then, oh, that's it. So, I kind of waiting up till the end of the level, near the end of the level, to give you the map. It's just a bit troll-tastic. Now this one on the PlayStation, this map, I remember being quite different. I know there's a secret in there, and I can never remember what triggers it. I think it's the soul sphere that's in there. Because normally if there's a button on one of these pillars, it would show as like yellow on the map. when it doesn't, and I can't remember what triggers it. I don't know if it's local in here or whether it's further away on the map. We'll see if I can remember it. If not, I'll save it for the 100% walkthrough. Don't think there's anything to do with this. I do like how when you get some of these maps that have kind of a long range, you can see they're waiting until you hit their line of sight. They'll be just like in their default pose, and then they see you and they come charging towards you. You can hear stuff going on. So there's an invincibility sphere, which I could get that, and oh my god, get out of the fucking way, you wanted to do this. Here, have that. So that's a pretty good combo. But, regrettably, well, I suppose I could use it on these while it lasts, while they're not running off like cowards. Yeah, once that goes, even though the Berserk does last to the end of the level, you just end up losing too much health, I think. But when you have the invincibility sphere would be nice. He's quite handy. I do think the Berserk was done, in my opinion, in Doom 3 it was done better, because it becomes a whole thing where you're like just becoming unstoppable rage force for a while. And it's far less frequent. I never really got on with the idea of it being... It would have been better if you'd made you invulnerable and only lasted for like 30 seconds in Doom, rather than it not make you invulnerable, last for the whole of the level. Because quite often the main usage that I have for the Berserk thing is to regenerate my health, because it resets your health to 100. Aside from that, I don't really use it as such, because say you just... Where did you come from? Because it just ends up costing you more health. Right, you're still not open. There isn't anything. What triggers that? I wish I could remember what it was. Save them bullets. Oh my god, will you die already? Jesus Christ. It's a good way of thinning them out. Is that it? I wonder if that, I wonder what that does, because it doesn't do anything in here that I can see. It doesn't reset, so it's a permanent switch. Let's see. No. Okay. Annoyance. And that is a troll place and all. It puts that because you have to be careful you don't get tagged by the Baron of Hell. I'm using that for because I can. Oh, bugger. Right, that's not worked how I wanted it to, unfortunately. Oh, I don't have the red key. Shit. Go back. We'll come back to that when I've got the red key. Well, that was a bummer, wasn't it? Now, if I was playing Sigil, you'd want to shoot that because you won't be able to progress in the level without it. Don't linger on the blue things because they take health. Alright. I've got the yellow key. So, killed all of them so I can go in there. Let me just sort him out. Sort him out. Sort him out. That. Okay. Wonder if that's it. Let's have a look in here. Ah, well, one of them did. Alright. So it's something over here. I think it is that thing. That it's either that one or that one. Done. Oh lordy. Here we go. Cyberus Demonus time. Check this out. You always know you're in the thing because you see these on the wall. stock up on some rockets. I suppose I can pick that up. Having said that, it's probably just as good to use this, because it's the end of the game, well, this part of the game anyway. Bastard! Fucking phone! Done. I cut this one off the last video, unfortunately. Oh, that's plain. Right, I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.